Welcome everybody to another Voice of Nick show. 皆さんようこそ。もう一度美術作ります。そして今回は多分変な始めらですね。けどこれします。I am gonna do something out of the gate that's just kind of bothering me, I guess. Which is we're gonna change the color of the horse's hair here. As much as I like the red, I think this one works better as a monochromatic piece. What the hell? I don't know why it was deleting before. Alright, so I guess it's something like 65. We're gonna take this, just paint over the red. Yeah. I like the way that this particular brush, you see how when we're doing this manually, it's not perfectly uniform with coloring in the pieces. It gives it a little bit more of like a, handcrafted feel. Okay, good. Let's also get the ear back in there. And this is also where we can use the white for other purposes. Hold on. What did I just do? Okay, yeah. So like the white we can use for something like this, like highlighting the eyeball. Whoa, why is this so big? Is it really that small of an area? I guess I have to use a smaller brush. Yeah, so I think we'll do that kind of stuff later, but it's good to keep in mind. So let's just write in our number for this. Can we not write the number? There we go. So what we were working on before was this, which is the upper part of well, not the upper part, but the border. I'm still not 100% in love with this. Let me take another look at some of my reference stuff. There's some pretty cool... Alright, let's try this one. I don't even know what I'm going to do for this, but we'll give it a shot. I guess it would be something like this. Something like that, yeah. Sort of looks similar to our other design right now, but then it would go like this. And like this. And then, yeah, so I like it, but we need a better, let's try it over here. What if we, how does this work then? See, that's kind of cool. Yeah, where it would only go to there. Maybe if this was more of like a circle. I just don't think it works though. Well, let's keep screwing around. What about the geometric ones? I think are going to be better for this kind of border. I'm just trying to stay away from doing the same thing every time with these. Before we get too crazy, let's just see what happens if we redo this one. Or even, wow, what if it was like that? Like half of the... Oops, I keep screwing that up. Come on. That's pretty cool. What if we did this half for the bottom? That's also pretty cool. Well, getting some use out of this. Some extra mileage. And I don't really know what we'll do to get the sides to work, but let's hope for the best. Here we go. How can I get this to be exactly 90? There's no like shift button here. All right, well, we'll get it close enough. Oh, there you go. That's a great feature. I like the possibility for the corners. The problem is for stuff like this. Okay, here's an idea. So we're gonna do that. Let's paste it on the other side. Actually, before we do that, let's just grab this and see what we can do here. I think we're gonna need what? A second layer of like translucent white so that I can see what the heck I'm doing when I'm making this. Otherwise, it's going to be impossible to see. All right. So maybe if it's like a some kind of design for the corner specifically. Yeah, I do like that. Okay. Then all right, good enough. Now take this. We'll get rid of this layer. Does that work? Yeah, I think that's fine. Let's merge these. Okay. I don't know what's happening down here, but let's delete it. Now, we have a little piece that can cover the corners when areas touch, which is going to get rid of that problem that I was having. Uh-oh. Where did this go? Where did this get pasted to? All the way over there, huh? Let's just twist this or something. Why is it pasting in all these weird spots? Actually, instead of that, we'll just do this. Yep, I think that works. Because the big problem is just having this general, you know, having to reckon with like how they come together. So this solves a lot for us. What is happening down here? I keep making accidental little marks. I can't get it to delete whatever is happening there. So now, let's paste again. And we'll just do this across the picture. And at that point, we're in a pretty good spot once we have this done. Then we can just kind of fill in the figures. And get a couple of little things finished. Not that the picture will be done. It's still in its sort of rough form overall, but the thing about it is that it will be laid out, like the layout will be done. So let's paste this. Okay. Minus 90. Shouldn't that work? Apparently not. Uh-oh. This is minus 180. Ah. What is happening? There we go. And now we should be able to just copy paste all four of these things. If my calculations are correct. 1, 2, 3. Copy, paste, and just move them over. It'll need a little bit of adjusting, but hopefully not too much. Okay. あ、これめんどくさい。And this we will just fill in here so it doesn't look weird. Oops. I guess this too. Great. Now we start playing the game. First of all, let's just do this really quick. I didn't notice it. Oh, I missed another one. Okay, good. We have a border. Now we'll put all this stuff on its own layer. What is this? I don't know. We'll keep it for now. 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't even know what that is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why are there so many of these things? What is this? I don't see it anywhere. Let's delete it. Let's put this stuff in its own layers first. And then, I don't know if you're able to do this, but we'll then put a group inside of a group. Okay, yeah. Oh, cool, it shows us a little preview of it. Great. Now we're gonna put this under everything. Oops. Then, let's get to work. We're gonna make backgrounds for everybody. Here we go. This part is kind of pretty fun. Just messing around with coloring things in. Very relaxing. There's not a lot you can screw up. Especially now when we're not really worried about doing it exactly right because we're gonna adjust it later. I think it would be cool to actually do this piece of pottery that she's holding in white. in like pure white, because this is supposed to be like the prize of the athlete games. So let's do that and make it kind of like feel like a special item. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And now obviously the function of this as well is that it is deleting or like erasing the borders wherever it intersects with her character, because we're putting a background behind her. So that's good. And we're going to sort of see the composition now that we have everybody, you know, standing out from the background and all that stuff. I will probably give her, make her stand on the border area here. Cool. Yeah, that looks really cool. All right, so two, three. We're just gonna do a quick resizing of her. Oops. We don't want her head to change. I like where her head is standing out currently. But we'll just have her stand on the border area for that. Good. Maybe we'll move her to the right. I think that's good. Now, which layer has this black dot? It's this one. Good. Cool. So now we just do that for all of the people. And we're going to give each of them its own background layer. We're not just going to put them all on one background layer, because in case we want to move things around, it makes it easier for us. This guy, I think we're going to redraw at some point, but we really shouldn't be thinking about that now. So let's give him the background layer now. Because this guy is the most clearly different. It's not a bad artistic style, but it's just clearly a different one than all of the other figures in this piece. So it doesn't really fit. All right, stand by. Very nice. I'll give him his own layer group. This guy is gonna get a new background. And this part, oh, I do have this on its own thing. Good. So why does that exist? Where is that? Is that here? No. Ah, I see. Right. Is that not what that is? That is what that is. Why can't I erase this? Oh, there we go. These two characters are going to get totally reworked. So let's not color them in right now anyway. I'll just put them in their own layer group for now. What is this? Oh, this is where I was going to put their background. Two, three, four. Good. Let's give the stick a background. Welcome, Azure Tundra, to the show. We are finishing some of the, initial blockouts for our newest Greek pottery picture. Let's fix this too. So we'll take these two, put them in a group, maybe do one of these. Yeah. Good. Give the archer a background. Let's save this too. Yeah, now this is looking really cool. When you have it on white, like we usually start with them just on white, and that can look, fine, but when you get the, clay colored background and then you start cutting them out of it with this sort of off-white color, I think that's when it really starts to look good. That's when it starts to become apparent, like, oh yeah, this is achieving some form of that style that we're going for. And actually, let's do that. There's like 2 layers of outlines around this. It has a white outline to distinguish it from the black, and then a black outline to distinguish the black from the white. Okay. Now I want to do this guy. Do we have, is this all part of the same? Damn, yeah, it is. Okay, so this is gonna be here. He doesn't have any eyes right now either. I forgot I didn't draw anything on there. So for this, we have to actually get rid of the burned in white that we made. I love the sort of quick solution that we came up with to fix the fact that this horse looked the same as the other horse, which is just that we tilted it downwards, and it gives it a totally different, you can still tell that they're the same horse when you look at it. This one and this one are the same, but because one is tilted downwards now, it doesn't really look, it doesn't look offensively similar. Okay, so let's just try and really quick get rid of the get rid of the white. Why is that happening? Oh, because we're on the eraser tool. That's why. Let's give this thing a black mane too. And have that going forwards this time. Good. Is there saying that's coming slowly to full fruition? You're doing Duolingo and watching watching BTS music videos. Oh, nice. Yeah, they spend a lot of money on their music videos, from what I understand. I really like the way that this, we should try and not fill it in as much as we have been, because I like the way that some of the stuff shows through sometimes. It makes it feel more aged. Oh, I missed a white spot there. Okay. Good, so let's merge these and then we're gonna put him inside the proper spot. Let's see here. It's like snapping to a grid, which I don't want, but I don't think you can turn that off on the mobile version. Come on. Great. And also this. Does it let me do that? Yeah. Good. And then the chariot guy, we're just gonna fix him up a little bit. This is where it gets a little strange because the outlines are gonna be screwing us. I think that works actually. Now we just have to essentially do the same thing with the filled in parts, or do it over with the filled in parts because they don't fit anymore. Let's see if we can just cheat it. Oh wait, not like that though. Gonna reopen that. It kind of looks cool the way it's like off register, like a comic book. Oh, God damn it. When you're too close to the edge, it like screws up. Oh, so this only applies to his body, right? We put the chariot, it's actually burned into the layer of the chariot. For the rest, we'll just do it over. First of all, let's finally erase this white layer. Uh-oh, can't do that. Why is this not? Okay. Now we should just fix this. Done. Sometimes it works out. Oh, God. It can't distinguish between me trying to paint something and me trying to move the frame. Oh, and this stuff we can get rid of. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Delete those. And what's that? I can't tell what that is. And if we can't tell what it is, we don't need it. Now, with this guy, I just want to give him an eyeball. Come on. We're gonna give him the usual freaky looking Greek eye. Good. Let's fix this. Now we're really just splitting hairs. The last thing we want to do is we're gonna redo these guys based on a picture that I have of Theseus wrestling a whoever that guy is that Theseus wrestles. Yeah, it looks good. I love the border. I think it's really cool how the horses are sticking out of the border. I think it's really great how Thetis is 2 spaces high. I think that's cool for multiple reasons. You know, number one, it denotes her importance in the scene. Also, her as a actual goddess who's able to shapeshift. So I guess that kind of, maybe she can turn really large. I don't know. Usually she changes into animals. But I love it as a composition for a piece of Greek pottery. I think a lot of the figures turned out really well. And they all feel like, well, except for this guy, they all feel like they're a part of the same scene. They're of the same style, so that's good. I like it. So this is book 4. We have 1 and 2 are pretty much done as much as they want to be right now. We're not finishing any of the pictures yet because once they're all in, we're gonna do the finalizing of all the pictures at the same time so that they all feel like they belong together. If we finish the first one and then we do a bunch of stuff on the second one, then it's like, oh, by the time we get to number 14, there's 14 books in this book, or chapters, I guess you call them. When we get to chapter 14, that might look totally different from chapter 1. So we're gonna do it where we do them all up to a point, and then we finish them all as one big thing. Is there saying what's off register like a comic book? Well, sometimes with a comic book, especially in like the Silver Age of comics and stuff like that, you would have printing issues. So the colors, the way a comic book is printed, it's using a certain amount of colors in the printer, especially in like the Gold and Silver Age when they only had a few colors that they could use. So sometimes the colors would be off register where like it looked like that, where it didn't match up. And you'll see it a lot in older comics. And And that's cool because I like the outside the line stuff. In real Greek pottery, you see that a lot. So whenever we get that kind of effect, that's good. But I don't think it worked for the guy that we were doing at the time. It's a cool effect to a point, I guess. So that's gonna do it for this one, ladies and gents. I will see you on the next one. I think we will work on these, make these guys wrestling instead of boxing. And after that, we'll move on to the next one. I think chapter 3 we still have to do. Chapter 1 and 2 are mostly done, Penthesilea and Memnon. Chapter 3 is pretty rough right now. It's like based on the picture of Ajax and Achilles playing dice, except since Achilles dies in this chapter, it's just Ajax sitting with his head in his hands. So we'll work on that next. But this one is turning out pretty well. So, yeah, if you like what you saw, don't forget to hit the follow button. If anyone wants to find out more information about the project that I'm doing these illustrations for, you can type !post in the chat. It's a audiobook / self-published edition of an ancient Greek story that I'm doing. So give it a look, and